Good morning. This is Matthew from Nerd News Today. We're live here at Day 2, New York Toy Fair. The festivities have just begun. It's, I think, right now about 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, I decided to do a little quick morning stream. And also, let's give you guys a quick little walking tour of what part of the event floor looks like. So this is one of the many entrances. And we're about to get started in just a few moments. So let's go ahead and start walking and see what we can find. So we're headed to what I like to call Action Figure Alley, which is where pretty much all the action figures live. Well, not quite all, but a good portion of them are. And we visited a whole bunch of them yesterday, so if you want to catch up on that, check out our streams here on the Nerd News Today YouTube channel. We got a whole bunch. And speaking of action figures, we're going to pass by one of my favorites now. Hey, we're live.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello. This is the I'm Elemental booth.
It is bright and early, day 2.
Yeah, Day 2. They got a whole bunch of toys. We're going to visit them as well, probably later on this weekend, hopefully, if they have some time.
Of course, always have time for you.
And these are just a quick look at some of their stuff.
You wanted to catch us while I'm here.
I did, yes. I was catching you guys while you're all fresh and happy and not exhausted and tired.
That's true, but so it's good to come by in the morning.
Yes. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a good day. And let's walk on down now to the larger part of the showroom floor. All right, so this is now we're in the 5300 section here. Right on this end cap, we have an Mezco. And by the way, this is where Funko's booth begins. I'm going to walk down that way to show you how big they are. I showed you yesterday when we did our Funko tour, which took 20 minutes, and that was me going really fast, not seeing everything. So yeah, that's the end of the room. This is where it starts. That's a lot. That's a pretty big booth. So over here, this is 720. It used to be a different company. They were actually, I think there's something underground. I don't remember the full name. But as you can see there, they've got some Doctor Who stuff. They used to do a lot of Doctor Who action figures as well. And now they've kind of switched to be more like a home goods company. And then down here, one of my favorites, we got NECA. See if we can squeeze through this herd of people. So over here is NECA, folks. Now we already did NECA a little quick walkthrough yesterday, but we're gonna have a walkthrough again. I think later today, maybe, with that man with the long hair, Randy Falk. We might live stream that, might not sure yet. And right next to them, we have WizKids and Kid Robot. And here's the end of Funko. And by the way, here's just a look at some of NECA's enormous life-size statues. I think the Leonardo is actually a new one. These are all really enormous figures. They're not quite figures, they're basically just giant statues of these characters, but they're great. And I think behind there we have some new stuff also, which is those heads on the wall, the mounted heads.
Are you sure?
I love that alien head. Alright, so now on the other side here of Action Figure Alley. And again, this isn't every single action figure. It's just a good portion of them. There's others basically throughout the floor. Because there's this floor here, there's upstairs, and there's some off-site stuff as well. But all right, this is the Diamond Distributors booth. And then, okay, here is Funko. So we're gonna walk past Funko now. Their booth's really the only one we could actually look through in this particular part of the showroom floor. Everything else is kind of closed off because sometimes there's things you can't photograph. So yeah, here is some Asmus stuff, which is sharing space at Diamond Distributors. And over here, this is Diamond Select Toys. I'm going to point the camera kind of away from them just because a lot of stuff is off limits. Oop. All right.
So,
This is the giant Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. They're taking a photo, so we're just going to wait until they take that photo.
all right. I like it.
And by the way, there's the Spider-Man Far From Home pops. We were here yesterday, and there was a no photography sign. They dropped that pretty quickly, so these are all the pops that we didn't get to actually look at yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good indicator for sure.
There's a Mary Jane, there's a whole bunch of different Spider-Mans there, different costumes for him, and some of the Ghostbuster stuff. But again, if you want to see more of the Funko stuff, check out our tour of the entire Funko booth. This is just a quick glimpse of everything here. It's amazing how big Funko has grown in size. Like my very first Toy Fair, they were basically in the same spot, but they were just taking up the very front end that we just passed by, and it was basically a third of the space. And now it's an enormous behemoth. And here we're going to pass by Bandai, Bluefin, Tamashii Nations. And there's this enormous Gundam. And we'll definitely be checking out this stuff later on. Don't know if we'll live stream all the stuff because they also have a ton of things here, but we'll definitely do a walkthrough of them at some point. Over here is Jada. They do a lot of the die-cast toys, cars. They don't do action figures, but they're still kind of, I guess, boy-oriented, as this is kind of like a boy-oriented section in theory. Bandai Shokugan, some stuff from Flame Toys. We'll come back here. Over here is Storm Collectibles. We also visited them yesterday morning, so feel free to check out our live stream of that if you want to see all the stuff up close and detailed, including those Gears of War figures right where my finger's pointing. Those are really cool. Continuing Bandai Namco, Studio Ghibli stuff is over here also. And we also have, to our right, UCC Distributing. There's a lot of distributors that come here also, so not necessarily toy manufacturers, but people, well, these guys actually do manufacture some stuff, but there's a lot of companies that are just straight up distributors, and they come just to get more clients and get themselves more business. And over here on the right, Dark Horse Comics. We're going to come back to them. I think probably Tuesday we might actually visit them again. They don't have a ton of stuff, but their stuff's always really cool. And to our left, Entertainment Earth. And we missed this yesterday, I don't know how, but this is giant Bob Ross. This giant Bob Ross bobblehead from Royal Baubles. And yes, he has his raccoon and his squirrel. And as you can see down that way, there's a lot more stuff. It's usually a lot more stuff for toddlers, babies, typically. There's also a lot of books down there, and a lot of board games are also way down at the end, which we'll probably also visit Tuesday. Over here we got Square Enix, Squeenix. Their booth is typically very hard to photograph, but it looks like they may have actually solved a little bit of those problems. It used to be really hard to film their stuff because it's all like bottom lit, as you can see here. But this is actually not that bad. So yeah, we might come back here and do a quick walkthrough as well. These dudes, I don't know who they are, but they've been here a lot. I wish I knew. I like their stuff. Kotobukiya is on this side, and we will be coming back to Kotobukiya. That might be actually the first thing I do this morning. We're going to come back here. I know there were some people requesting it. Let's see, this is some more home goods stuff over here from Paladone. On this side, we have the Loyal Subjects. I think I have an appointment with them. That might be today, actually. Also, I might be visiting them. So we might live stream at the Loyal Subjects. We have an interview with the owner, in fact. So that should be really fun. And over here, Quantum Mechanics. This is another personal favorite of mine. And yes, we will be doing some live streaming from there as well. I can see there's some really cool new stuff there. In fact, we didn't see previously. Let's take a little walk down this way towards Super 7. We also toured Super 7 yesterday. Did that in the morning. I'm going to come back today and actually take more shots of things and do a video like I did with the Ben 10 and the turtle stuff. I can do a separate video all about them because there's just so much to see at Super 7. And hey, if there's anything you guys want to see, feel free to leave a message in this chat. We're live. So go ahead, tell us what you want to see, what you want to know. It's crazy how much more crowded it was yesterday. Yep, Brandon, we're live right now. This is the other side of Paladone. This is Surreal Entertainment. This is another home goods style distributor of stuff. Down here, Tokidoki. If you're a fan of the cute things, you'll like Tokidoki. So the schedule for today, we have a whole bunch of things. I don't remember everything, but 10:45 we kick things off at Playmobil, which we already visited briefly yesterday. And then Wicked Cool Toys is going to be at noon. We have McFarlane Toys at 1:30. This is Mezco Toys, by the way. We were here yesterday, but I'm also going to come back here today and do some more photos. So we're going to be continuing, let's see, after McFarlane Toys, I don't remember what else is next. Here's the Mezco 112 Wonder Woman, by the way, just because it's such a great figure. Let's look at her again while I babble. What else is happening? I have a whole schedule. I know there's appointments today. I know at the end of the day we have Bandai, sorry, Jack Pacific. We're going to be visiting them on Tuesday. Let's see, who else do we have here? I know we have McFarlane. Yeah, I know there's a gap somewhere in here. I just don't remember what's happening next. There is another appointment. That might be, actually, sorry, NECA. I think NECA is going to be around 3. We may or may not live stream NECA just because that's going to be a big thing. We'll see what my battery power is because I destroyed this phone yesterday. Here's the 112 Catwoman. A lot of glare, but you can get the idea. I'll show you guys the Warriors again because I really like these figures. So yeah, I'm going to be coming back here probably after this stream or maybe after I do a few more streams. And I didn't get any photos yesterday. We did all the 112 stuff live yesterday during their press event, but what we didn't do was this entire room over here, which is a lot of the Living Dead dolls and their 5 Points figures, as well as all these guys here. So a lot of stuff I missed. Mostly because I just wanted to bring you guys the 112 stuff as soon as I could. So yeah, we had a pretty busy day. And over here, by the way, Bon Presto, we also visited them yesterday. Their booth was very hard to shoot. Brandon, I did get your question. I'm going to see if I could ask, because usually the press event is a little nuts. So I'll see what I can do about asking that question. Might be hard to actually ask it and stream at the same time just to be able to get that email up. But I might ask off camera and I'll get back to you. I'll do my best, buddy. And over here, Titan Vinyl. We did a little thing with them yesterday. We actually live streamed them and they live streamed us at the same time. It was live stream inception. And here's a look at that awesome Alien Queen figure. Hey Andrew, we're live this morning.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
That's Andrew Sumner. He's the main man.
Greetings, people.
We were doing our live stream yesterday, and they live streamed us. It was the craziest thing ever.
We aim to please, mate.
All right, we'll see you guys in a bit. Good seeing you, Andrew. Good morning. And so, let's see, I think further down here, a few more things. On this side, Cryptozoic. We've got a lot of figures. They do a lot of wargamings as well. Hey, good morning. It's the Just Funky booth. Get funky. These dudes, I also don't know. Zoofy. All right, well, that's Zoofy. Don't know what they do. Jammin' Products, this might be a distributor as well. Looks like they're a distributor. And now we're back to Tamashii Nations and Bandai. So that's pretty much the loop of the action figures. At least the main action figures. Boss Fight Studios is in another spot, which I think might be downstairs here as well. And again, here's a Mezco. They're also here. Not an action figure, but they're down in this area. I think we'll probably visit them also, because their stuff is very cool too. And hey, let's just end the stream here on these Godzilla figures, because they look pretty sweet for the new movie. So we got a whole bunch of things to do today. I don't know how much of it I'm going to actually live stream, but I'll do my best to do as much of it as I can. Got a whole bunch of things on the schedule for today. And yeah, just again, to finish what I was saying before, this isn't all the action figures. Upstairs, there's wicked cool toys. There's Jazzwares, who we also visited yesterday. McFarlane Toys, who we will be visiting today. A whole bunch of other folks up there. But the majority of them are down in this section here. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys and pick up what I was doing earlier, shooting some Mezco stuff and some other booths. We're going to probably go live from Kotobukiya a little bit later today, I think. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know if they have really a lot of stuff I want to film, but we're considering it. But do check back. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to get updates, because when we go live, who knows? It just kind of happens. And hope you're there with us to watch. And make sure to follow us on Instagram, Nerd News Today. So here we are, live at New York Toy Fair 2019, Day 2. I think the only thing we can do is stare at this enormous Funko booth one more time and get started. See you guys.